Here we are with 5.05. We're going to find the partial sums of an arithmetic or geometric series by hand. So this is going to take us a little while, and today I'm not even going to worry about any of the definitions yet for partial sum or what a series is. I'm just going to actually have you think about a situation, and then in class we'll talk about how it relates to these terms. With continuing what we were working on with these arithmetic and geometric sequences. So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video here. I've written out a couple hints. I want you to finish this out on your own, then press play, and I will kind of guide you through a couple of them, and then we'll move on to the new topic. So I hope that went well. First, we're thinking about how I could write S of n in terms of the one before it, right? The month before it. Well, think about it. Every month, what I'm doing is I'm multiplying by 2, doubling the amount, and then withdrawing 10. So to find out the current month's balance, I'm going to take the month before it, multiply by 2, and subtract 10. Now what I want to do is find at the end of January how much money will he have, and I know how much he has at the end of May. So the end of May is after the 5th month, and what I want to do is go all the way back to January. So what that means is I've got to find April, then I've got to find March, then I've got to find February, and then January. So I'm going to kind of work backwards. So I start off with S of 5, which is May, and I can solve for S of 4. So S of 5, this is 2. So I'm solving for S of 4, and this just comes back to my equation here. And if I know S of 5, so S of 5 is going to be equal to 2 times the one before it, S of 4, minus 10. So solving for S of 4 will give me that S of 4 should be equal to, and what I'll do is I'll add 10 to both sides and divide by 2, so S of 4 should be $6. Okay? And I can keep working backwards from there. So I know that 6 is going to be equal to 2 times S of 3 minus 10. And so S of 3 is going to be 16 divided by 2, or $8. I can continue to work back, so that will be 2 times S of 2 minus 10, right? And so this would be after February, and that's going to be 18 divided by 2, which is going to be $9. And once more, 2 times S of 1 minus 10, and so S of 1 is going to be 19 divided by 2, and 19 divided by 2 is just going to be $9.50. So now we've found the amount of money in the bank account at the end of February. And you could go back one step further if you wanted to find out how much you'd have at the start of January before anything had been done. Now you want to find a more efficient way to calculate S of n and use it to find the account after 1 year. So what you're thinking about is, okay, what is this initial amount, and then what am I doing each year? So I'm going to let you go ahead and try that on your own, and we can talk about it at the beginning of class tomorrow, but I want you to give that a try on your own. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at this, this new situation here. So back in the day, there was a guy that invented the chessboard. He invented the game of chess. And when he did it, he went to his ruler and presented the chessboard and explained the game. And the ruler was so impressed with the inventor that he said, okay, whatever you want, no matter what it is, any gift in the kingdom, because you've done such a marvelous job, I want to give you anything that you desire. So the inventor says, okay, excellent, here's what I want. So what I want you to do is I want you to start by putting 1 grain of rice on the first square. And then for each square, going all the way around the board, I want you to double the amount of rice on the previous square, meaning that on the second square, there would be 2, on the third square, there would be 4, and on the fourth square, there would be 8, going on all the way to the end, and I want to be able to keep that much rice. I want that much rice. So the king looked at him and he was kind of stunned. He was shocked that this was all that he was asking for. And he said, okay, of course. And he had the treasurer go, and he said, go get this man the rice. And so the question is, how much rice will the inventor get? So the question is, how much rice will the inventor receive or get? So let me say this one more time. The inventor wants the king to put 1 grain of rice on the first square, and then for each square going all the way around the chessboard, he wants the amount of rice to double, and he wants all of that rice. Okay, so if we're just thinking about this right now, let's think about just the first 2 squares. He'd get 1 piece here, another 2 pieces here. So for the first 2 squares, he'd have 3 pieces. Okay? So your goal is to figure out how much rice will the inventor get. Now, to start off with, I want you to just think about how you could, what is the process that you'd want to do to actually figure this out. So I want you to just write that down, take it step by step, and in your comment, you can ask a question about the previous question. That's fine. But I also want you to include what you think, how much rice you think the inventor will get. Okay, so in your comment you should have 2 things. The first thing is a question or an answer, and the second thing should be the answer to this question. How much rice will the inventor get? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.